Hello, I am the Witch of Jasmine and welcome back to my channel. So today the moon enters into Capricorn, so I'm doing a reading for my Capricorn moons. So let's start with our oracle card. And as I'm pulling these cards, just take a deep breath, ground yourself, chill out. It's a very rainy day here, so feeling very calm. Maybe you can too. You can get a glass of water, a snack, whatever. We're just gonna chill for a little bit here. Okay, moving on to our shadow cards. Okay, last one. Oh, oh my gosh. Okay. Ah, oh my god. Okay. All right, these are our cards. Now, let's take a look. So we've got this card, To the Sea. Very nice. All right, let's see what this reading has for us. We have Five of Swords reversed, Queen of Cups. Oh, I love that card. Take a look at this card. This one's just so pretty. Queen of Cups. There we go. Seven of Cups reversed. I don't know how that card got in there. I'm sorry. Let's pull another one. Usually good about taking that one out, but sometimes I forget. Here. Alright, let's take that one instead. This is the Sun. Sorry, those words are a little small. It's hard to see. But yes, the Sun. Got the Ace of Wands. Interesting. And then we have the Knight of Swords reversed. Okay. All right, so starting here, we've got the Seven of Cups. So Seven of Cups represents not seeing things clearly. It can mean like a fantasy or an illusion type of way. But like, you know, looking at something and thinking it's something else, you know. So when we have this reversed, it's definitely like a warning. But there's also this feeling of like a temptation when we have it reversed. Kind of like, you know, there might be something that you're trying to decide on right now, some kind of decision you're trying to make. Or maybe I'm kind of feeling like maybe there's something that came into your life that's feeling too good to be true. right now. I feel like that's what this is telling me. I don't know if that's like a person or a job, career kind of thing. I don't know. Let's keep looking. We've got the Queen of Cups, though. I love this card. It's just so pretty. But also, so the Suit of Cups represents emotions, your inner world. It can also just refer to how you communicate with people in general. But the Queen of Cups, she represents somebody who, you know, kind of like just a nurturing mother, right? The kind of person who you want to go to when, you know, you're feeling all over the place and you need somebody to calm you down, to comfort you, to say all the right things, but like in a good way, you know? That's Queen of Cups energy. So that's good that she's there, because you got this Five of Swords reversed. So Five of Swords, actually I'm gonna show this to you up close. You see this figure who, you know, he's got these swords with him. There's also these other people in the background, right? And he's kind of like sitting and thinking. So Five of Swords, that card really represents like when you've had like a big battle or a fight or something like that, and you're kind of afterwards, once it's all over, kind of sitting and rethinking a little bit and being like, that was kind of a lot. You know, that was kind of that was big. Or, you know, so Five of Swords reversed, that's like really the energy with this. It's very like you had some sort of big fight with somebody, you had some sort of and I mean, obviously this can refer to a lot of things. We're still piecing this all together, but it's wanting to make things better again. This Five of Swords reversed, it's about wanting to reconcile, to forgive someone, kind of feeling bad about maybe something that you said or maybe something you did, or even if you're not feeling regret, just wanting to get things back in order. So, okay. So directly underneath this Five of Swords, we have the Sun, which is a very nice energy, and I actually like that it's very, we have the Queen of Cups and the Sun in this one reading. I don't know. That's just like, I'm not totally sure what this reading's about yet, but that's just like, I don't know, just very warm energy. Because the Sun, it's really, I mean, if you think of like sunshiny energy, that's what this is, you know? It's joy, it's warmth, it's feeling optimistic, or even like success, positivity. That's the Sun. We've also got Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands represents a new venture, an opportunity to start something new. Maybe there's some kind of an idea that you have that you want to get started on. Then we have the Knight of Swords. So the Suit of Swords, that represents, it's associated with the air element, but it represents very fast moving energy, very like quick wit, quick energy, things happening, you know. So we've got this Knight of Swords reversed, which kind of is like, here, I'll show you this card too. So we've got this knight on this animal. I don't know what that is. You know, riding through the night. And the Knight of Swords, you know, has all of this passion, this energy, this drive to do whatever it is that he's gonna do. So having that card reversed represents going and doing all of those things with this reckless energy, just kind of like not planning ahead, just whoosh, going straight forward. And who knows what's actually going to end up happening. So, okay, I see that we've got this beneath the Seven of Cups, which, like I said, is very too good to be true. Something is too good to be true. So I think this is a warning here that whatever this is, make sure that you're thinking very carefully, because maybe you're wanting to just go full steam ahead with whatever this situation is. You know, just getting so excited by the idea of it. And yeah, this card is telling you, like, okay, hold on. Let's take a real deep look at what this is. Let's figure out what are we really looking at here, you know? So that you don't go full steam ahead. Which, believe me, this energy is great. I mean, Knight of Swords, that's about you know, diving into whatever it is that you want to do. And of course, this reading is for Capricorn moons, so I really feel that with that Capricorn energy. You know, you guys love to go into whatever it is that you're doing with lots of passion and just get so I don't know, I just imagine just diving into the ocean and just being surrounded by this water, right? And that like invigorating energy you guys get from that. So that's great. That's not a bad thing. But I think whatever the situation is, something is not what it seems to be. Yeah. So that could be some kind of, I mean, we can keep looking. I'm not totally sure. I'm not getting a lot of details with this reading. I'm still kind of trying to piece it together. We keep going dark. I'm sorry about that. Like I said, it's a pretty rainy day today. I do feel like with this Ace of Wands here, there's probably, you know, like this is, sorry, my brain just jumped. There probably is some sort of new thing that you're starting. That's what this Ace of Wands tends to represent, is like a new opportunity, something like that. But let's look back here. Maybe this will help. We do have this Queen of Cups with this very watery card. I feel like that makes a lot of sense. I don't know if I said this already, but cups, the suit of cups represents the element of water. So, but what is the Queen of Cups here to tell us? That's what I'm wondering. So this To the Sea card, you know, I showed you earlier, but I'll show you again, where we have this figure that's, you know, just kind of very peacefully sitting on this boat in the middle of nowhere. This card is about being in flow, kind of going with the flow, right? I'm feeling like with this reading, normally my readings, they kind of come together to form one specific message. Okay, I'm getting it now. All right, here we go. I was gonna say, usually they come together to form one, talk about one specific situation, one specific message that I have. But with this reading, I'm not quite getting that. It's feeling very disconnected. And I'm guessing that that's kind of just where you're at in life right now. You don't really have too many big things going on. It feels like you guys are just kind of got a lot of little things going on. That's my guess, because I feel like this reading is kind of just giving me a lot of little things. It's not quite piecing together to get one story. And I think it's oh my gosh, I don't want to say this in like I mean this with the best of intentions, but you're just kind of like floating through life right now, you know? And I think that's, and I don't mean floating through life as in your life is super easy right now. I have no idea, but just kind of in this standstill. I mean, especially, okay, again, looking at this card, this person is like going somewhere, right? He's probably not just hanging out in the middle of the ocean forever, right? He's probably going somewhere. And I think that all of these little things are things that it's like, okay, I'm getting this image of like this person who's like in the boat and has a lot of things to deal with, right? There he has to make himself food. He's got to maybe take a nap here and there. Like he's got all these little things that he has to do. But bigger picture is that he's going somewhere bigger, right? These are all just little things he has to do during this big journey to a whole new chapter, right? So I feel like that's what this is, kind of all these little things that we have going on before getting to the destination where we'll get to something new. It's an interesting reading. Okay, so anyway, so let's continue tying all of this together. So, like I said, with these two cards, it looks like there may be something in your life that feels a little too good to be true. Be cautious of that. Don't I can't say that like you need to stay away from that thing, but at the very least just don't dive headfirst into it. Make sure you're really taking a look at what you're doing, what this situation is, and be very logical. And especially, with the Suit of Swords, it's very much about using your head over your heart, So, yeah, just be careful there. If there is some sort of new venture, new idea, new project that you have in mind, I think the Queen of Cups is here to tell you to go for it. I'm not really getting like, I don't feel like this is like some sort of like big thing. Like I don't know if you're starting a whole business or something, but and I don't know. I don't feel like these things are connected. I don't feel like they are. I don't know why. I feel like they should be, but I feel like these are like two separate things. I don't know. And then finally, um, with this situation, you know, maybe there was some sort of fight or some sort of situation that you feel kind of bad about. Just work it out. It'll be totally good. We have this sun card here that is joy, positivity, optimism, like I said. So if you're feeling this way about some sort of situation, feeling bad, feeling like you want to reconcile, feeling like you want to forgive, kind of forgive, forget, move on, this is a good sign to do that. Yeah. All right, this was a very interesting reading. My Capricorn moons. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. Yeah, just a lot of little pieces kind of being put together, But doesn't seem like there's anything too bad. I think you're in a pretty good spot, kind of just floating on your little boat. You got all of these little things to worry about right now, but you're on your way to something better, Got to deal with all of these things before we get to our final destination. So, yeah. All right, I think I'm going to leave it there. Capricorn moons, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you connected with it. I hope you got something out of it. Please let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear. I feel like there's quite a lot of mystery with this. I don't really know a lot what's going on with you. I feel like it was very vague. So if you'd like to let me know how you connected with this, I would be very curious to hear. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!